You can sit there. Yeah. So back in 99, I'm going to guess, could be 1998. That's where the thumbnail's from, with me and my daughter. And I don't think we've changed much. And we had 2 kitties back then. We had little Sabbath and little Bailey. Yeah. Okay, so interconnectedness. Everything's connected. So that picture was just sent to Tasha now in 2024. So that's what, 25 years later? Who would have ever thought, right? Today is also a defining time in which humanity can now utilize technology to benefit all. It is the long-awaited moment where mind and matter bridge. Science and spirituality come together, and all opposites come to a resolution by discovering the interconnectivity and oneness of all. Okay, so everything's connected, so don't think anything's by mistake. Anything that's said or shown to you is not by accident. It's for you and your higher self, though, to figure out what it actually means. Okay? So, I've got St. Michael here, and we're going to shuffle his deck. Even though it's backwards, you still can see. The last thing he said was detach from the situation. So what situation are you in right now? Confirmation. What situation are you in right now that you have to detach from? That's what he wants to talk to you about. Okay? The person you're asking about is not trustworthy, okay? Because it's upside down. So who are you trying to detach from? And whatever situation it is, and whatever person you're asking about is not trustworthy. Because it came out in reverse. They are not innocent. They are not innocent in reverse. So when St. Michael said he wanted to talk about detaching from a situation, that's why. Because the person's not trustworthy, they're not innocent, and they are scamming you somehow. Okay? So you're supposed to focus on perfect and divine health, and you're supposed to be gentle with yourself. So for you, you're supposed to basically move on and detach. Because you're right. You're right about the situation. Whatever that situation is. Now, the overall energy today from Miss Mystic goes right along with that because it's the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is a student of truth, where they love seeking the truth. And this person or situation that you're thinking about is far from the truth. So you're feeling restless. You have a thirst for truth, and you're curious. So St. Michael just gave you some great information. You want to learn new things. You're a messenger and an action-filled truth seeker. So that's the Page of Swords energy. And that's why you're getting this message today. You didn't stumble this on accident. I'm not later than usual by accident, even though there's no times. I go on when the Spirit tells me to. There's no time. Everything's timeless. But what's going on is the Eight of Cups is on the bottom. The Eight of Cups is your past. You're walking away because you're finding out the truth. You're finding out the truth. You're finding out the truth that this person, place, or thing is not innocent, like they're portraying to be. And Four of Swords, you're trying to heal, so you have to get away from that situation. In order to get away from that situation, you have to detach. You have to be gentle with yourself and move forward. If you don't, towers will happen. As the saying goes, shit happens. And you can just keep reaping shit for rewards. You know, it's really not that hard to tell you that if you stay with this person, place, or situation and you do not detach, shit will happen. I don't think you need a psychic or a energy reader or a tarot reader or a spirit guide to tell you that. Okay, obviously these two cards want to come out. We've got the Six of Wands and the Four of Cups. So you feel like you're out in the cold. You're emotionally upset. You don't know how you're going to do this. Everything I'm saying is true and you know that, but you just feel like you really can't do it. Now this card just spun around and it's the Five of Clubs. So we're going to look at the Four and we're going to look at the Five of Wands and we're just going to read a little bit about it. Okay? So the Four of Wands says, you want to celebrate, you want prosperity. There's an important event coming up that's gathering all the souls, okay? And you want to celebrate. You want a decent relationship, a decent marriage. So the Four of Wands is telling me with the Five of Wands, but there's conflict and there's competition and you're overthinking it. You're brainstorming.
The money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I'd like to see you wiggle wiggle. For sure, make you want to dribble dribble. You know.
My other phone, that's confirmation. So let's go back and see what's going on here. Okay, the Four of Wands is saying that you want a new marriage, you want a new relationship, you want the gathering of souls, you want celebration, you want prosperity, but there's competition with the Five of Wands, there's conflict, there's something holding you back, you're being pushed by others to excel, and all you're doing is sitting around in the rabbit cage going round and round and round in your head. That's it. Confirmation. Okay, so let's continue because that's basically where you are. That's why St. Michael says you need to move on and you're not doing it. So he's saying that prayer will help the situation, which we know that, but are you doing it? That's the other thing. And we also know that if you use your imagination, you'll see the answer. But once again, you're overthinking everything. Instead of having faith that it's all going to work out, you're saying, if I do this, then this is going to happen. If I do this, this is going to happen. And that's not how faith works. Faith works by just doing it and letting God give you the results. And you think that you know the results. So you're sitting in your little squirrel cage going round and round and round with the Ten of Swords keeps coming up in your back. Okay? So now let's try to get some more cards and see what we can do about this. Well, we already know what we can do about this, and that would be for you to listen to St. Michael and detach from the person, place, or thing and move forward with that leap of faith. Because it's your soul contract to move forward and detach from that. The Two of Cups. You're preventing your own soul contract by sitting in toxin. Now, for those of you that this energy is not relating to, then good, because then you can help others like I'm helping others right now. I move forward. I don't sit in toxin because I'm number one with my mission and God. That's first. I came here to complete it and get an A plus, and I'm not going to let anybody hold me back. So my Two of Cups may have to get rewritten a few times because of the people in it aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're like you sitting in your toxin. They're not listening. They can be listening to this message and knowing that I'm right and knowing that the energy is great to get out of that situation. Yet, 11:11 on the clock, they sit in it. The 4 and 5 of Wands. And they sit in the squirrel cage of, well, if I do this, then this will happen. 10 of Swords comes at you. Okay, so I'm repeating myself now. You see how that is? Just like a squirrel cage, over and over and over. What's the word? Resentment. Resentment, right? Resending, resending, resending. Back to the Two of Cups. You want to fulfill your Two of Cups. You want to fulfill your contract. You see the arms entwined? I'm seeing that. And those are two different hands. They're not the same hand. That's you and your twin flame. That's you and your mission partner. Come on now, let's complete our mission. What's under there? Yeah, 10 of Cups. Let's get our sitting on the bench together, watching the rainbows together. Let's do that. 2 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. If you fulfill your soul contract, you get the 10 of Cups. Now, here's the Page of Swords in reverse, right? And I just told you about the Page of Swords. That's the overall energy. So we've repeated ourselves and we've looped back around. So we will be ending this reading really shortly. But what it's saying is that somebody is doing the opposite of what the energy is telling you to do. Somebody is not being restless, they're just being stagnant, sitting in their toxin, playing in their squirrel cage. They're thirsting for truth and they're curious, but they're doing nothing about it except overplaying, resending, overplaying. They'd love to learn new things with their new partner, but they don't have their partner because they're not doing any action. They're just sitting around, overplaying, being a student, not a messenger, and seeking truth, but not doing anything about it. So it's kind of like you can't have your cake and eat it too, and you're trying to. 6 of Cups in reverse. So everything I just said, you're sitting in the past, you're not moving forward, you're sitting in your past, and if you played the tape again, it's everything I just said. So we're not going to keep going because I'm actually getting sick of repeating myself. So that's the energy right now. I would say shit or get off the pot. And if you don't, tower's coming in for you. And this is your warning. So for all of you that are doing it, thumbs up. Keep going. We're right there. Thank you for listening. I am Miss Mystic.